So my dad's loosened it off.
I'm off.
I'm off.
I'm off.
I'm in.
Whoa!
Hey, transfer. Oh. Right, here we go. I'm in.
We're on.
Oh!
Look at that. How easy was
It's
that?
transfer season. Now the front end is on the McLaren, I can now figure out where all the wiring went. Not as bad as I first thought. Here we go, it's exciting times. The heater box is going in. We're trying to work as fast as possible because the longer we wait and the longer it takes, the more we forget how this thing went back together. The work on the McLaren commences. The brake servo's gone into place, the heater box is going inside the car, and once that's done, we can start to lift the front subframe with the steering rack and all the suspension connected to it and try and mount it to the car. We're going to place the front subframe onto a jack and then push the jack underneath the car and lower the McLaren onto the subframe. I'm then going to put the bolts in which hold the shock absorber to the car, and that should be enough to support the whole front subframe. I'll then lift the car up in the ramp and tighten up all the bolts which hold the subframe to the car. And now it's the case of putting everything back together, and you can see how fast the minutes pass here. I've got to figure out where the wiring went, where all the brake lines routed and went into the ABS pump, and make sure I tighten everything up and not forget one bolt, as one mistake here could lead me into taking so many things off to fix something I've missed. I'm now attaching all the hydraulic lines to the suspension on the McLaren, which are believed to be a really complex system and actually might have to be set up by McLaren themselves. But we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Now, I think it's done. That is pretty much everything apart from the rest of the stuff on the front end, like everything important. Now, inside. We've got to lift the dashboard in, obviously, but the pedals, my dad's installed the brake pedal in the correct place, but this bracket is going to cause us the most headache. So this goes somewhere around here on the left-hand drive one, but there is no holes in the tub for this because this was on the right-hand side one. This holds the dashboard and the steering rack, so we've got to get this in the right place. And I think the only way to do it, like we could stencil out that side, but I don't think it's going to go well. I think the only way to do it is literally lift the dashboard in, put this up, mark it where it sits, and then drill out the holes for it. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. Let's do that. Me and Matt are going to lift it in. Time for the dashboard, but it's not going to be straightforward. Here's the bracket I was talking about. This mounts to the steering rack here, and then the other part mounts to the carbon tub. I'm going to bolt this bracket onto the steering rack, and then me and Matt are going to slowly lift the dashboard into place, bolt it to the carbon tub with the other bolts, and once it's held in place, I'm going to go underneath the dashboard, draw out a stencil for the bracket, and then lift the dashboard back out. Stencil is stenciled. Put a little etch primer in there. Now we just got to drill the holes, and then I can bolt that to that. With the holes drilled, I can put the riv nut in place just like OEM, make sure the bolts actually thread in, put the other riv nut in place, and just to confirm, make sure that the bracket actually lines up to it. Then we can lift the dashboard in for real. Underneath, I've got to get the steering column to mount to the steering rack, which you can just about see here, slide that in place, and then put a bolt through to clamp it to the steering column.